Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chain Saw Massacre is an undeniable masterpiece of horror cinema, a visceral tour de force that has left an indelible mark on the genre since its release in 1974. It is a film that not only revolutionized the slasher genre, but also continues to inspire generations of filmmakers with its raw intensity, groundbreaking style, and disturbingly immersive atmosphere. The power of the Texas Chain Saw Massacre lies in its relentless realism. It does not rely on traditional Hollywood gore or excessive special effects, but instead taps into something more primal and unsettling. The plot is deceptively simple. A group of young friends traveling through rural Texas fall prey to a family of deranged cannibals. Yet what sets it apart from other horror films of the era is its gritty, documentary-style approach. Hooper's direction makes the viewer feel like a helpless observer of real-life horror. This is a film that masterfully walks the line between what is shown and what is implied. Despite its reputation, the Texas Chain Saw Massacre has very little on-screen blood and violence compared to modern slasher films. However, the suggestion of violence, combined with the film's frenzied editing and unsettling sound design, leaves the audience feeling as if they've witnessed something far more graphic. It's a testament to Hooper's genius that so much terror is created with so little. Daniel Pearl's cinematography is integral to the film's success. His use of natural lighting and hand-held camera work imbues the film with a sense of authenticity that makes the Texas landscape itself feel oppressive and hostile. The now iconic low-angle shot of Leatherface slamming the metal door shut remains one of the most unforgettable moments in horror cinema. The stark contrast of the sun-drenched Texas fields with the horror that lies within the Sawyer family home creates a visual dissonance that heightens the dread. Equally essential is the sound design. Rather than relying on a traditional musical score, Hooper used a mix of eerie industrial noises, chainsaws, animal squeals, metallic bangs that burrow deep into the viewer's subconscious. This experimental soundscape makes the film feel like an assault on the senses, enhancing its suffocating atmosphere. The ensemble cast of relative unknowns gives the film an added layer of authenticity. Marilyn Burns delivers a standout performance as Sally Hardesty, the film's final girl. Her harrowing journey through the nightmarish world of Leatherface and his family is emotionally and physically exhausting, culminating in one of the most iconic and frantic chase scenes in horror history. Burns' terrified screams and frantic energy are palpable, making her ordeal all the more horrifying and relatable. Of course, the film's true terror comes from the Sawyer family, and none more so than the iconic Leatherface, portrayed by Gunnar Hansen. Hansen's portrayal is both terrifying and tragic. Despite his monstrous appearance and actions, Leatherface is depicted as childlike, almost pitiable, with a disquieting dependence on his abusive family. The decision to have Leatherface wear different masks throughout the film, each representing a different personality, adds layers to his character and gives him a haunting complexity. Hansen's physical performance is nothing short of brilliant, with his lumbering movements and panicked grunts making Leatherface one of the most unsettling and unpredictable villains in horror history. His use of the chainsaw as a weapon and symbol of terror became so iconic that the character has remained a fixture in pop culture for decades. Filming the Texas Chain Saw Massacre was notoriously grueling. The production took place during one of the hottest summers in Texas, with temperatures on set reaching over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The stench from the animal bones and meat used as props became unbearable, especially during the infamous dinner scene. The discomfort contributed to the heightened performances from the actors, particularly in the final scenes where Sally is subjected to a nightmarish dinner with the Sawyer family. Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface, only had one costume throughout the entire shoot, and due to the tight schedule and limited budget, he was unable to wash it. This added to the discomfort of the cast and crew, but it also enhanced the filthy, grimy feel of the character. Similarly, the film was shot on 16mm film to give it its distinctive grainy texture, which only adds to the documentary-like realism. Another interesting tidbit: Tobe Hooper originally intended for the film to receive a PG rating, believing that its lack of explicit gore might allow it to pass under the radar of the MPAA. However, the film's psychological intensity was so extreme that it earned an R rating instead, which only fueled its notoriety. The influence of the Texas Chain Saw Massacre on the horror genre cannot be overstated. It laid the groundwork for the slasher genre that would come to dominate horror in the late 70s and 80s, influencing iconic films like Halloween, 1978, and Friday the 13th, 1980. Yet, unlike many of its successors, the Texas Chain Saw Massacre never feels exploitative. It taps into deep primal fears: fear of isolation, fear of the unknown, and fear of being hunted like prey. It is a film that explores the breakdown of social norms and the fragility of civilization, themes that remain relevant even today. The film's lasting cultural significance is further evidenced by its numerous sequels, remakes, and reboots. Yet despite all the attempts to replicate its success, nothing has ever quite matched the raw power and unsettling atmosphere of the original. Leatherface has become a horror icon, and his chainsaw, a tool of both industry and violence, has become a symbol of unrelenting terror. In the end, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is more than just a horror film. It's a cultural landmark that forever changed the landscape of genre cinema. Its ability to tap into primal fears, its innovative style, and its unsettling atmosphere make it a film that lingers in the minds of those who dare to watch. Tobe Hooper's creation is a chilling reminder that true horror doesn't always come from what is seen, but from what is felt. With its unflinching intensity, groundbreaking techniques, and unforgettable villains, the Texas Chain Saw Massacre remains one of the most important and influential horror films of all time, a film that is as horrifying today as it was in 1974. It is a must-see for any horror aficionado and a benchmark in the history of American independent cinema.